Porque en épocas de grandes cambios es cuando aparecen las mejores oportunidades. Este es el momento de aprovechar el presente para construir el futuro que deseamos. Hoy abrimos una puerta al futuro en el que las más avanzadas tecnologías se ponen a disposición del ser humano para construir un mundo mejor. Descubre Decentra, la oportunidad que eleva tu potencial con la ayuda de las mejores herramientas digitales del mercado actual, como blockchain, staking, web 3.0, NFTs, DeFi y más, mientras te ayuda a mejorar tus finanzas personales. Usando la tecnología más avanzada hoy y creando la que está por llegar. Bienvenido al futuro. Bienvenido a Decentra. El mundo del futuro se está construyendo en estos momentos. Un universo sin límites llamado metaverso está naciendo. La siguiente generación en la evolución de Internet. Un lugar donde las barreras de tiempo y espacio no existen. Un mundo donde la imaginación, fusionada con el desarrollo tecnológico, construirán los negocios del futuro. Y en este mundo, los cimientos de una gran ciudad comienzan a ser colocados. Decentra y Landian, la alianza que cambiará el mundo, están construyendo Decentra City dentro del metaverso. Esta ciudad será un lugar para explorar, para crecer, para conectar, donde podrás hacer tantas cosas como desees. Y habrá un lugar para el emprendimiento, para la formación, el arte, el entretenimiento y las relaciones humanas. En Decentra City podrás comprar o alquilar coches, invertir en activos, comprar la casa de tus sueños o construir un gran edificio. Pero también podrás disfrutar de multitud de experiencias asombrosas. O jugar. Tendrás una versión digital de ti mismo, viviendo e interactuando con otros ciudadanos de Decentra City, con un avatar personalizado. El metaverso hiperrealista más avanzado del mundo. Este es un momento único en la historia. La primera compañía de network marketing que arranca oficialmente dentro del metaverso. Decentra City, la ciudad donde no existe lo imposible.
The most powerful property that we can acquire is knowledge. And with the right education, your potential will have no limits. Discover Decentra University, the most complete e-learning platform for your personal life and professional career. Learn about the latest technologies, NFT, blockchain, AI, VR, with the best trainers and experts in each area, plus exclusive content from John Maxwell, the world #1 leadership guru. Join Decentra University and open the door to knowledge. Exploring new places is one of your dreams? Sure it is. We all want to explore the world. And now it is possible for far more people. Discover Ovasky, the private travel membership with exclusive experiences for lower prices. The more you travel, the more you can save. The more you save, the more you can travel. Join Ovasky today. The world is yours to explore.
Hola, hola, un
Hello,
saludo.
hello. Greetings to all the people that are here connected today in this training call, to every single one of you that is connected right now around the world, all the people that are in Asia, in Europe, all in the American continent, in the African. I hope that you're very, very well, and give you the welcome to this training call, because we're going to be catapulted to the next level, because we're about to do the closing of the month, and we need to have this powerful weekend, and we're finishing this month, and we're gonna start with the next month, because this is the most powerful month in network marketing, and that's gonna help our career inside this project. So welcome to this Zoom call. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you, and it's an honor to be able to share this training with all of you, and to know that we're connected here to learn, and the disposition to learn and to get to the next level, and to have all the good and better things for us, to have this support between each other, and to have this closing of the month and conquer our goals and the start of the next month, and to have this planning where we're gonna project our point A and our point B, and let's shake our body, let's shake our mind, because it's time for us to have that shot of adrenaline, and to be able to do all the things that we are planning to. Welcome to the people that are from Querétaro, from Mexico, all of the people in this continent. I give you a very, very warm welcome, and let's start with this training. Let's start with this training call, and we're going to be talking about a topic that I really connect with me, and the which I can relate very, very much, and the people in this industry are working on it, because they became really good leaders, and to share my experience in a message, and that you need to reset your mind, and you can just turn it on. And for all of you that are participating in this Zoom, let's go to the roots, from where we need to explore certain thoughts, paradigms, and in this morning, in some countries of the world, maybe it's the evening or even night, then let's talk, you and me. We're going to be talking, you and me, because after this conversation, we're going to understand the roots, because why don't we have the results today, or why we feel unsatisfied with the results that we have, in order for us to change that and have the results we want. We're going to be talking about some points so we can detect what is happening in this process, and it's generating some barriers, and I want that this morning we be able to talk. We're going to talk about some concepts. We're going to talk about the professions and the roles that we have, and everything is directed to our industry. We're going to be talking about our ego, our low self-esteem, the guilt, and the things that we are really hurting, and the things that we need to work on. And we will be able to be more powerful, so we can potentialize our growth. Many people, when starting the network marketing industry, in this industry, and the positioning and the marketing, generally speaking, most of the human beings, we start this business with some paradigms and some fears, and those paradigms are connected with their own profession, with the profession of their parents, and how are you reaching to this business and the place that you're arriving. you're son of whom, or your parents were not professionals. If you're a professional, you arrive with a degree or a major or without having one. And that starts adding or taking away that powerful start that you be able to have in this industry. And to be able to take those decisions that will give you a growth. And so certain points that we're gonna talk about are maybe for you, maybe for your partner, and that you're living that process in this moment. If you're an engineer, an architect, a businessman, you're a people that has big results, high performance athlete. I want to tell you that when we reach and get to this industry, we need to step down a little bit from that title. That you're arriving to an industry that is powerful because initially you don't work with titles, you work with human beings. You don't get here by being an architect or an engineer or that sportsman. It arrives people, it arrives Jonathan, it arrives Johnny, it arrives Paulo. So you need to step down a little bit from that title and those results that you have out there because you're here to search and seek for an opportunity and then you'll be able to catapult your growth, your incomes, and your personal growth, your communication, and to become millionaires because we get to make a lot more money. So we're behind all those dreams and we're trying to seek those goals. And we need to dispose of those problems of your family sometimes and forget about them because you're going to become a new person. Because when we understand that this industry is powerful and without having that profession, I can have a better certain communication. So when I talk with lawyers or engineers, we're talking with people because they also have dreams. We are also seeking to have that growth, that personal growth, and going out because I'm talking with people that arrived to this industry by different reasons. So we're going to be talking with people, with human beings. Let's take the ego away, and we're going to be having, in this training, we're going to be having to smoothly treat ourselves because what the ego does inside the industry with the teamwork and with ourselves is to be your own rival and your biggest enemy. When it's mostly all the time. And I always like to share the people. I don't know if you have seen the movie that I love to share. It's called Global Environment. And that is a movie that people have seen it around the world. And I don't know if you ever have seen Chucky, because that Chucky movie is that shadow that is following you all the time, and maybe you put him in a case, in a box, and you throw it to the sea, and then it appears in your couch or your sofa, and it's like, hey, I'm here again. So I want to be able to share and to take that box and throw it to the sea, and that it's not going to appear again in my house. So let's treat ourselves smoothly. I know that we live together. I know that we're going to be together for the rest of my life. But let's treat ourselves smoothly and be easy on ourselves. And you start eliminating those negative thoughts. So treat yourself easy, then you can, and all the information that you're receiving and all the things that you want to achieve can be penetrated more deeply into your life and into your goals, and to actually be able to succeed in that growth that we are seeking. And we need to challenge our mind. We're going to talk about our self-esteem, where the self-esteem it's reflected all the time in how I'm avoiding or talking and engaging conversation if I am willing to have that connection, or maybe calling a person that maybe you want to call someone that you want to expand your business, but you don't know how to do it. And maybe to detect that you have a low self-esteem and you're hugging that possibility of having that low self-esteem and not doing anything for it. So we're going to start working with that, and to be conscious of doing it or maybe not, for me to be generating that explosive growth and be doing those calls that I need to be doing to do the closing of the month, to call that successful businessman, that best friend of the college. Like we say, we throw ourselves to the world and maybe we will jump to a cliff, but that we know that if we jump to that cliff, we're going to arrive to a place that is a paradise. And sometimes when we are listening to us, if you're a person that is in that context, maybe you look at yourself in the mirror and maybe you're saying, I will not go out, I don't feel pretty, this is affecting me. We're going to be working with that very, very quickly. We're going to turn off that thought of low self-esteem, that low love to yourself, and we're going to be working that a lot in this training, and we're going to take out your best, the things that fills you empowered, that makes you great, that makes you attractive, that makes you sexy to the people, because maybe that is what is going to help you for us to get to the next level. So all these words that I just used in the business side, and to become a magnet to other people and to be able to generate that growth that we're seeking. And we're going to be talking this morning of physical and spiritual laziness and all those challenges that we go through every single day, that we know that we need to do that closing of the month, because we're also starting a planning of the things that's common for the next month, that is September, October, November, in order for us to have those results. And it's really important that I require for you to start on it. And we need to work on that physical and spiritual and mental laziness that I have heard in different trainings.
Que hoy no te estás
I want
levantando.
you to have it right in your mind, because you need to start working on yourself and in your laziness in order for that low self-esteem, not for everyone, but for some of you, you start changing it so you can start raising and elevating your results. And it's all correlated with the profession, with the ego, with the low self-esteem, with the guilt, and that spiritual and physical laziness, because that is all our part of the wheel of life. And it's a circle and a cycle that becomes part of your success too, in order for us to reach those results. Why are you not taking that effort to be more successful? If every single guy in your social media, and you see those bodies, not the ones that are already produced and they have those surgeries, because you can see the people that take care of their body, their heart, and maybe just go out for a while for 20 minutes and to inject that growth in that spiritual way also, and to be able to move forward in those standards that demand us to be better. And to be better doesn't mean just to be rich, financially speaking, and to be able to buy jewelry and diamonds, but also to raise and reach to that point where $1 million or $2 million with the things that we develop and that we raise and that what we are. And to be able to have the results and the effort that we put to generate those results, we're dragging sometimes ourselves to get to those results. So we need to work on that. In order for us to move forward to that abundance, we need to work on the ego and not be our profession, but what we are as a person. We need to work on our self-esteem. We need to be working with that physical laziness. Go to the gym, go walking for 30 minutes, take care of you, your body, your hair, your nails, your teeth. Look good, feel good, and invest in yourself. Ask God, the universe, or whomever you believe in, and ask them every day so you can project and raise and elevate your results. Because when we start working on this, when we start to understand that this is part of a job, and that is something that I love, because in the part that hurt us the most is the ones we're working on. But the part that hurts the most is where you're going to gain that muscle that you need. And we start moving forward exponentially. And we start making that feeling of growth, where obviously all the things that are going to start to happen is going to be in that process of that meeting with one-on-one, and to go along that path where you need to put that effort. So we need to not generalize, and you need to be connected with what I just said, because we are not the result or your degree or your major. We are the result of our mentality, of our mindset. Because some people will say, I am the result of my major, and then is your tricky, that evil doll that is talking to you, and that is your ego. So we need to change that mindset. But I'm not saying like everyone does this, because you and me, we're not the result of our studies, our degrees. We are the results of all the things that we're working with our mindset and with our life every single day. And those results that we have in this industry, we need to take them in our mind, in our heart, and to be able to project those feelings and those sensations to the outer world and into our results. And the things that we do constantly, and the conversation that we have with every single person and with ourselves. I don't know if you have heard these phrases. The poor class victimize themselves. Let's not take personal this part of this training, and just take it personally for you to be able to help yourself and to take yourself to the next level, and not just stay there stuck. Because most of the people said that the poor people just victimize themselves. The middle class prepares, goes to college or takes languages, and the high class study the business proposals, disregarding their education. So we're going to be talking also about classes. Then you can understand the thread of this training for us to get and reach to that result in this closing of the month. So let's listen different conversations around the world, because I have been able to learn about different cultures, different human beings around the world in many, many countries. And this conversation is worldwide. It's not a part of something from Colombia or American continent. This is something that happens worldwide. And if you talk to a poor person, all the time that person is feeling guilty and victimizing themselves, because that person is poor in all of their life cycle. Because they always blame that lack of work, of job, of opportunities. So we need to detect in what class am I and what class I want to be in order for me to be catapulting to the next level, and to stop being in that same situation. No, sorry. I've been doing bad. This opportunity are not made for me or for others. I need that person could study and not me. I need to work very, very hard in order to just get through the day. And if you are one of those people that listen to those conversations, or that you're living those conversations, or you even said it yourself, you need to be generating that conscious in that conversation. And when you hear those excuses of saying like, I didn't have the opportunity, of living in a wealthy family is to be conscious of that conversation, because the leadership is for others. I was meant to serve. I was meant to work for, make others grow, and to be able to understand that absolute poverty mindset and to make it conscious so you can start to change it and to be able to transform it. I didn't have the opportunity, but I'm seeking it. Today I don't have money, but I'm working to get it. I wasn't born in a family that was wealthy, but I'm the person that is going to become wealthy and help them to change the context and have a different financial context for the next generations. And that you need to understand that scarcity conversation starts transforming into results, because the middle class prepare themselves. I don't know if you have heard that is the middle class around the world who are seeking maybe go to a college and be desperately be talking or be able to speak 3 or 4 languages and have that higher degree for having those better opportunities, or being a family that was in a wealthy family and their grandparents have a wealthy life and they travel and they give an errands. But normally, the middle class, they're preparing themselves. The middle class is the one that says, no, I will not start in that business because I'm working 8 hours a day, and sometimes I have to do extra hours, and I need to keep on studying to be able to get a better job in order to get that better income, but are really so focused on the results with the traditional business, with the industrial era, because the things that I'm studying is the things that I needed to study for me to have those results and maybe have a good life. But they were stuck in an era that today we already did that transition in that industrial era from the digital era. We're in the time of technology and digital access and all those kind of stuff, and we're in a new world, because that traditional work, the middle class is working to make the wealthier. They're living kind of good. So the people that are in the middle class were working and giving that effort, maybe not to have that abundance of the wealthy and having those high standards. Because I did a training this weekend with a book that I had, and I'm going to stay there. You need to prepare yourself, not for you to be a highly prepared person and highly educated, but to be a highly educated and highly prepared person to give the opportunities to other people. And is to give those opportunities and not to be receiving or seeking those opportunities. Because the high class are seeking for those business opportunities. Because the middle class is the one that says, I'm good right here, I'm comfortable here. And we have and they're trying to seek to become of those high class. So the victimization conversation of excuses, and that conversation of the lack of opportunities. I need you to take personal this training with the things that connect to you, because we're not talking of Marta, Sara, from Manuel to Sara. We're talking person to person. And that's a context of conversation that we can get to the root of our results to be able to generate that explosive growth. So the high class, they are studying business proposal, and they are very, very connected with the model of that industrial area and those traditional business, because they have been most of their lives generating that biggest capitalization, stuck to an era that is doing a transition to the digital era. But they're open to learn those things, those new things, and people out there that's having results and they're growing financially, or they're having a stability in their income, and it's really, really powerful. And it's like, I don't understand, I don't get it, but I listen. I don't know what is that thing of those e-commerce or digital business or crypto, but you need to be the person that gives them the right information, because they're high class. They already have preparation. They already knows the information for business. They already went to a very important process to take away that victimization in their mindset. Because there are people that are already prepared and they have studied, and sometimes in the high class, they already know they know that they don't need to prepare so much for take a business, for the business that they're planning or projecting, that the middle class be able to do it. And sometimes even the professionals to dedicate the time for them to go of their business, because they're seeking for leverage, they're seeking for opportunities, they're seeking for knowledge, but that person is also thinking about investing their money in the middle class and in the poor class, and to be able to project and grow and be having that leverage on every single else. And it's just not saying I have the money to be a poor, middle, or high class, but in my mindset, because you can be a high class, and with some conversations that you're having, you cannot grow. If my mindset is along with what we are and what we do and what we say and what we are in one of those classes, and to be able to know that in this moment we are what we think we are, what we project to others, and honestly, the results are something that becomes a part of what we do and what we think and what we are. Because you're not gonna give someone else more than what you think that you deserve or that you are. And the question is, why I am not in the same level as that person? Why I don't have those results? Why I'm not making those same results? And we're talking about guilt and guilt and guilt. So let's eliminate that guilt, and let's understand that today that we're receiving is the thing that we deserve. Because sometimes I'm not receiving what we deserve. I'm giving way too much and not receiving the same. So let's evaluate the things that I'm sharing right now in this training, and that you're not receiving what you deserve. But let's understand why you think and believe that you deserve, and understand that the mind will give you what the mind believes that you deserve. So if we're talking in a conversation of victimization, because the mind is really, really powerful, and every single day it's gonna give you that was gonna make you feel more like a victim. No, I don't have enough money. Tomorrow you're gonna wake up with less money. I don't have this kind of opportunity. Then the opportunities that happened last week are not gonna happen this week. Other things that we believe that we deserve is the things that we're gonna be getting. So let's stop the negative energy, because we're gonna attract those same bad energies to our life and those bad opportunities, and we will be stuck in that same level. So we need to restructure our mind. Like today, this morning, we're having this training. We need to start believing and think that the magic is going to start to happen. And you're going to be working on your self-esteem, working on your ego, not feeling guilty. You need to have that conscious and unconscious conversation within yourself. And you start to understand that if you can turn off sometimes those thoughts and then turn on the positive ones, you can change your mindset and to having the thought that you need in that moment. Because today I will be closing as a sapphire, as a diamond, the double diamond, triple diamond, the crown black diamond, and we're going to be working with the things that we are, but we need to work, not to believe that we're less, but we're worthy of the truth, and our work and our effort are the ones that are going to take us to that result. And without physical and spiritual laziness, in order for us to be shown and start having those results, what happens? Team leaders and participants of this training, when we start establishing that conversation, and when the magic happens, we start having a control with ourselves and with our emotions, and we know where the result is and how to get there, how to think, how to move, with whom to have that leverage, how to have that leverage, and magically, I want you to think a door filled with knots, a rope filled with knots. And magically, after that, you understand your conversation within yourself and all the things that we talk, you start to untie those knots. You start with one and you unknot it. And that rope will be ready for you to work with it. Not with certain obstacles, but for you to be able to work with that rope and to unknot it. Because the mind works in this manner. But it's so big and so powerful that sometimes when you're generating that sensation, that feeling of results of high achievement or success, it starts doing something because the mind starts seeking a pleasure, starts seeking that pleasure and start to redirecting in other contexts. I achieved my rank. I achieved my rank, and I'm going out to celebrate with my friends in a club, or maybe go to dinner, or maybe to take that girl that I was always wishing to take her out and just ask her out. Because your brain, when you have that feeling of success, it starts shutting down those bad and negative thoughts. And when you start detecting the magic and how to make it work for you, and obviously within yourself and your partners, shoulder to shoulder, you understand that every single goal that we achieve is not the end of the path. It's when we understand that we cannot turn off the part of your brain. Oh, I already have my partner of 3,000. And you can choose in that currency in any part of the world, Canada, and then you just party yourself with those $2 million. And let me tell you that you're gonna need to start over. So when you start getting money, don't turn off your brain, however you want to call it, because that is when you're achieving that goal. And then you need to set up a higher goal in order for you to extend that success and extend that magic, and not to have it like a strike of luck, but rather an extension of those big results that you're having. Those extensions of those big results. So you need to keep active in that process. And for you to understand that the money is not something bad. Money is something very, very positive. In another training that I want to give you this training, where many people think that the money is bad, it's not for me. I want to have it easier. But trust me, money will potentialize your values and your virtues. And it's not Sara that says it says Google. There are many people that talks about money like energy, where you can potentialize those virtues, and it will make you like extremely happy and it's extremely worthy, because it will change that mindset of you by feeling confident. And like you said, like, I don't need much, I just need a little bit. And sometimes when you are seeking that value or that total, you will feel at ease, that you already achieved that goal, monetarily speaking, and that you are having that stability with your family, with your partner, with your spouse, with your kids. And maybe you can be in a critical moment. And trust me, it feels so great that you'll be able to achieve having that money. And we're going to be working together for you to have that result, that energy. can take away that sadness, that laziness, and that procrastination. So you need to project that high self-esteem and that you can keep moving forward. We're going to be working with all of this for us to arrive and then achieve that goal and to transform this opportunity that we have at our hands. Because this business is so powerful that we have offices around the world, and in a truthfully and very assertive way for us to achieve that vision that we have in our company and with our organizations and with our community. We're going to be working in general with all of those things that will catapult us and generate the results and create teams. Because in order to have that growth, we're going to find some barriers that is going to be start making some obstacles and blocking to get to those results. Because remember, the way to the top is clear, that sometimes along the way, we don't know with what we're going to stumble upon. Because that are the opportunities when we can make money and we cannot start slowing down. But you're going to find some obstacles and barriers, and we need to be conscious with these trainings. Is to challenge your mind and to be more conscious, to be able to know what to do when those barriers and those difficulties start appearing and showing up. We need to be working in not to feel bothered and to work instead of being feel bothered. Every single time that you want to feel bad or that you're starting to feel bad, don't bother. Just start working in order for you to have that emotion turn into a result. So let's work with our team and to be a community of ease, people at ease, that projects peace, that projects that inner peace. But you need to be working with that actions and to have those results. In all those parts that takes the worst of you, we need to be working on those spots. Because you can feel stressed or you can feel of just block your growth sometimes. And that is blocking your explosive start. So first, when you're driving or you're out there in the street, sometimes people will honk you with their cars. And what happens? And you maybe are saying a bad word or cursing or swearing. And sometimes a person just passed by and swear at you, and you start feeling bad, and you want to take the worst of you. But I want to tell you, for that mental work and for having those results, we need to be conscious the moments and the times that can generate the biggest exaltation in our day. And sometimes it's driving when you're out there, because meditation is practiced when you're most exposed to those bad feelings. Meditation, you can do it since morning time, and I connect with myself, and I feel that the world is part of me. But it's really, really powerful. But trust me that the most powerful meditation is the one you practice when you're most exposed at the world. Is when someone honk their cars, and maybe when they insult you, and that they're cursing, you can just say that person is having a really bad day, and you can just bless them in that moment, and that you wish them the best. Wish them, I hope that person changes their day and have a great day. Just wish them that emotion is transformed into something better, because maybe that person is going through a very difficult part, something very difficult in their life, in their house, in their life, and maybe that person doesn't have any opportunity, and maybe he's just driving to take apart those thoughts in their lives. If a bank is calling you for you to pay off the debt that you owe, and sometimes you need to just answer the phone and say, right now I don't have the money to pay. I'm going through some situations. Just call me October the 30th, and maybe we can have that conversation. and maybe they can understand. So don't ignore that call, make those agreements and work for in that period of time. You make a diamond or make a many diamonds in those 40 days, and then you can tell them that the 30th of October that, okay, now I have the money, we're going to go and pay. Because sometimes you can even feel uncomfortable with the action you're doing, but not let it block your growth. Because sometimes you don't even know what is going through your life, but you need to connect with people and support with people and say that you need help, because that is okay. Because trust me, in life, taking actions, that movement, so great of energy that is made through taking action, you start transforming that darkness into light. So let's do it that way. We're gonna project all the things that we need to work, and in our mind, having those thoughts, because we don't have much time left. But I want you to have that inner conversation, because we're friends that we're connected in here. So you can go there and be conscious of the things that you're doing and to do the things that you need to be doing. So you need to smash it as long as you arrive. So you need to be fast and be convincing. And remember that your hospice line, so we can go out there and to just get it. So we need to work in ourselves. We need to be working in something that is called to live the present. It's something that I want you to work on it, because it's not only what we were, but we also are the things that we are doing right now and the things that we're planning for the future. I want you to be really conscious of this conversation, because many of us, I include myself, we're going back and forth. Maybe for the people that we already have experience in network marketing, they were great businessmen or great engineers, or the people that are having really big achievements. We arrived to this project, we are not the same as we were when we came here. Because the things that we are achieving in the community, in this present community, is bigger than the previous one. Because we're taking action on those things, not only the things that we were, but also the things that we are. Because we come from the lack of opportunities in our past, but now we have the opportunities to do it and to be able to connect with our present and not forget who we were, but to change what we were, and to having those stories that we have and make it part of our present, and to not make those past stories and those past experiences to keep working, to keep having them in my present today. We need to change it and to have a more powerful change in our life and in our results. I want you to have that conversation going through the past and the present, past and present, and go back and forth, so you can be able to change yourself and to have those results that you're seeking, and the impact that you're having with your community, and the results that you're generating, and to having that story in your mind for you to not make those same mistakes. And when we are in the present, when we seize the opportunity, when we seize the time, because we started seizing the opportunities and take advantage of the opportunities, because we are here in a really big opportunity, because we have the enterprise, we have the system, we have the corporate staff, and all the things that are generating for us to have that opportunity. Because Sara is not working for herself in a really big company by herself. Because I don't know how to program an algorithm. I'm so disconnected with the creation that the person is making my world. But I have a word that have that leverages, and that that I am already prepared for taking that advantage of the system, and to be more conscious with real leaders, with people that remain and are remaining right here because they have a really big heart, they have a really long-term vision, because someone that are waiting for those opportunities, because out there are many opportunities and many businesses, but there are really so few businesses in an enterprise that you can have loyalty, that you can have actual leaders and people to be willing to do everything for you and to go to the place that you live and to start helping you for you to have that result. And if you're seizing that opportunity, you will not get away from your leader because you will be thankful to the things that you have right now and the things that you will generate, and you start taking actions that you know that will be for the future. Because trust me that if you work on the things that you're planning, they're gonna be made. So we need to align that thought with our heart and with our actions, and to be true to ourselves. And we need to start seizing our environment, because I'm seizing my environment all the time. I work with social media, with my friends, sports, and that past, I'm taking the opportunity to work on it in this moment, in the present. I will plan to have a better business, a better project, better results, and all the things that I'm willing to do for me to get the results in my favor, and then to put it at the service of everyone else. And we need to set ourselves in movement. When we know that all the participants in this Zoom, we start in the back office, in the position as a customer. I saw my back office once in this project and said, Sara Muñoz. And up there, it was just my outline, and then you can build beneath you. Because the back office is the confrontation of what I am, of the things that I'm going to start to do, and the greatness that I can achieve and that I can project. So it's the confrontation, the most powerful confrontation, that I can do it every single day. Because the back office is not added. We're talking about a conversation of that poverty mindset and the laziness and the lack of effort and of self-esteem. So we need to set ourselves in movement. We need to do the 100-meter run. You need to, you decide if you are the first or the eighth. It doesn't matter, but the most important is to get to that goal. If you work, if you run way too fast, or if you run very slow, it doesn't matter. It's a 100-meter run. You need to sprint. You cannot walk. You need to sprint. And then reprogramming immediately of your mind. You need to flee away from the people that are taking those conversations in a negative way and connect with the people that are always seeking for an opportunity. And we need to be working immediately and to get away from those negative people, so we can have the same opportunity. I want you to lead this training in any superior force or superior being that you believe, Allah, universe, energy that flows, whatever you believe in. Trust me, that superior being that you're projecting and that you are trusting wants and dreams for you to be abundance. God wants you to be abundant and wealthy and happy, and to be able to pay our house, to fulfill our dreams. God doesn't want sad people. They want happy people. And the universe wants people that is abundant. So let's bring and attract that abundance and give that response to the universe that, yes, we are this, and to start scratching for that purpose and to impact other human beings and be able to connect with this vision that we're going to be so great. And then we will understand that we cannot confuse humbleness with mediocre. And then we're going to understand that we're in a project There are two phrases that I use in all my trainings and it just scratched my mind. And it's that every single morning, yesterday you fall asleep with a thought, with joy, and then today we wake up with the same energy and with those positive thoughts, with an energy. And I want to tell you, disregarding how we were before this training, absolutely, before this training, all of us, we already had the opportunity. It arrived with Decentra, and that the universe is telling you, this is your opportunity to grow, to expand, to have that financial freedom. And it's throwing this opportunity that is Decentra. We have Decentra University, we have Obuscar, we have Decentra Live, we have DTS, the Central Training System, and we have all these tools for you to go for it because the universe is giving you the opportunities. But if you don't know what to do with the things that you're receiving, because the universe is already giving you this opportunity, and it's going to work like this phrase works. Many people want a cake. Life gives you the flour, gives you the eggs, gives you the milk, gives you the sugar, and gives you another. But the people are still suffering because the life hasn't given their cake. Because many of us want the opportunity, disregarding the point where we are in life, disregarding your class, your income, your position, your studies, and they give you this opportunity. They give you the leaders, the team, and watch out with this, pay attention. They give you the team, the most experienced corporate staff in this industry, the enterprise and technology, working on the metaverse, the best back office. They give you your team. They have people working for you, give you the experience, and you're still suffering because you still don't have the results. You already have the oven in front, that is the enterprise, and you don't know what to do with all the things and all the tools. And because you're not willing to learn, you're suffering because you're not having the results and you want to go to somewhere else. And you don't feel that this is a place for you to do it. With all the things that they are giving you to make your cake and to be completely ready, that's the business. Everything is right here. You just need to set the oven and all the tools with the leverage and the system, and to become a crown black diamond, a presidential black diamond, and so work for you to make someone else to achieve senior manager or executive director or sapphire ruby, and let's do it. To have this closing to the next level and the next rank, and to start with September with all of your strength. Stop those mediocre conversation with people and to change your mindset so you can catapult, and we're connected with success, because the success will never be in favor in a mediocre mind. So we need to start preparing ourselves and to apply this training and make this day to achieve more points and tomorrow to be the results. And thank you to all the people that is connected around the world, and thank you for being in this training. Blessings to everyone, and see you next time. Have a great day.